Excalibur says, Mehran, what causes neediness? And Chad says, how to find your purpose. Excalibur, one needs to focus on what does that fulfillment of need, what you need, what does that bring you? You need something. Why? You're conditioned to be more from childhood. You're compared to everybody. And you learn that you gotta have more to be more. And that more not always comes from attaining material things, comes from attention, affirmation. You want to feel that you're fulfilling your needs. You feel there's a need for you to get attention from the others because that is how you feel you're more. The need for material things, it's obvious. You want this car, you want that horse, you want that trip or vacation or whatever it is that you want. That's given, that's understood. But the need that you're talking about is needing what your desire is commanding. And your desire makes you want something, need something, because it wants to be fluffing the ego. So if you understand that ego is not part of your original being when you were born, and ego is a conditioning, is a program that was put into you while you were growing up, then you wouldn't be so concerned about fluffing your ego as a way for you to feel good about yourself. You will focus on your desire. What is desire? How is it formed? What is that need? Why do you desire that thing that it becomes a need? And if you understand the mechanism of desire that we have talked about it, then you realize why it happens. But when we only focus when it happened, we think, oh, that's a deity thing. That's part of me that I have to go after it. That's what I need. I have to. Otherwise, like I must. But why do you have to? Why did it occur? Why did it become to be a desire? What is the process of it? So you will see that it was created in you by the steps that you went through it, that you, if you're aware of it, you wouldn't let everything becomes a desire. Because what if something stupid becomes your desire? What if you think that in order to be happy, you will always have to go and fulfill your desire? And what if that desire is something very negative for you? So you gotta be aware of how desire takes shape. And before you follow any desire, you gotta check it against your core principles and things that you think that are reasonable for you to pursue or not. But if you don't check it against any kind of a blueprint, you will just rush as soon as you feel desire for something without even noticing that desire is created because of the steps that you went through, that you didn't have to. You could have stopped it because it doesn't match with your standards of accepting to follow a desire or not. Everybody simply follows their desire because I want to, I feel like it. Well, lots of people feel like getting on drugs. Well, look where that got them. Where are they? They're not free. The whole understanding of this experience of life is to be free. One of the biggest and most focused and desired thing in life is freedom. So why is it that we jeopardize our freedom by actually allowing desire to throw us in the pit that is so far away from freedom that we become hooked on something? So not being able to understand how desire comes about puts you in a difficulty that you always follow your desire, regardless how stupid and dangerous or negative it is, and you end up being as far as you can get from what you and everybody else in this life is hoping to gain and achieve and attain, which is freedom. And now what we're doing is trying to achieve freedom from our own mind and not to be controlled by it, by understanding how mind functions, how thought and consciousness, fear and desire and ego, what is their role in the way we tick, feel, act and react. Knowing that is a step toward that freedom that we are trying to achieve it by intimacy, drugs, buying this, buying that, pleasure this, pleasure that, which none of them bring freedom other than a momentary. Even the non-negative ones, forget the negative ones, pleasures like the drugs and all that. That shouldn't be even in the list at all. But even the good pleasures, all they give you is momentary freedom. When your mind, your thoughts is out of your consciousness, you're unaware of your own existence, and at the same time you're one with the whole life and the whole universe. You're part of the whole where you came from. The drop that you are is back in the ocean, which is the universe itself. Your energy and the energy of the universe is in full conflux and one and the same. That's what you get from that moment of intimacy, sex, or pleasures that you so much love. But it's only a moment. Still you come back and you see you're not free on everyday basis. The way you see things, perceive things instead of observing things, the way you be with the moment, with the now, instead of being in the past, being in your memory, perceiving things based on something happened similar that you experienced, and its memory is residing in your consciousness, and you're dealing with this now situation just as based on what you learned and it is in your memory. You become further and further from the life at the present moment. So these are what we really need to do, which most of us are just living life day by day without learning anything. The first thing we got to learn is what this that is directing my actions, direction of my thoughts. How is it working? Do I know that? No. That's why I get affected by everything, because I don't know what I'm put together. And yet I expect to know everything about my girlfriend by just having seen her walk. Suddenly she's know-it-all, best of the best, and I know everything about her. Why? It's because I think pleasure is a smart. Pleasure is wisdom. I don't understand that there's two entities in her, mind and body, and I am programmed for procreation in my gene. I'm attracted to her, but that doesn't mean that my consciousness and her consciousness can also bond. I gotta find that out before I go all out and fall in love in the real sense. All right, let's see what else we have here.